Are you kidding me? Like, that was all shot with the little this did all of that. This little thing. Isn't that nuts? You know what I like about this is the fact that you can fit it in your pocket. That's insane. You can fit this whole thing in your pocket. You know how many times I was like on the one wheel, I'm like, all right, I put it in my pocket, hey! What's up, filmmaking folks? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zach. I do videos, tutorials, and all that sort of fun stuff. Today we're talking about the Zhiyun Smooth Q2, the Q2 Smooth. We're talking about Zhiyun's latest cell phone gimbal, which has rocked my world, blown me away. I am a bit of a sucker for gimbals. I think they are a great accessory for beginner filmmakers, travel filmmakers, anybody who's getting into the game and doesn't want to buy a bunch of different accessories. I think they're really great, especially for your cell phone. For me personally, shooting with my phone, I feel like it is the dorkiest thing ever because you kind of like, you're like, oh man, am I just like a tourist shooting with my phone? And plus your hands, your phones are not designed to film stuff. They have good cameras, but they're not built for it. Your camera, your traditional camera that you use has handles, it has grips, there's a bit of weight, and cinema cameras are big and monstrous for a reason. It's so you can hold them and shoot with them a lot better. Cell phones just don't have that capability. But using gimbals on your phone, create a handle that you can A, take yourself more seriously with, and B, shoot way smoother stuff that looks a lot more cinematic. But with all that being said, I want to talk about this piece of gear that Zhiyun just released that I had an amazing opportunity to shoot with, and it just blew me away with the stuff that I was able to capture. I want to talk about a push in or a pull out shot, or what clients call a pan in or a pan out. There's this great little photo that went around on the internet that talked about like clients, what they say with shots. And oh my God, if you're a filmmaker, you get it. It's funny. Isn't that great? Is that so good? So with this mechanism and with this setup, you can get some nice pan ins, pan outs. And I think it's just a really good way to enhance suspense and build it forward. Again, something to keep in mind when you're filming with, let's say, your gimbal, is to calibrate your brain to being all one mechanism or system. So for example, if you're getting like a dolly in shot, then you should be part of that dolly system or mechanism. And when you do the move, don't be like just walking forward to get it, because if you walk forward, it's gonna kind of wobble around. But if you kind of do all one movement and push forward into the shot, it's gonna look a whole lot smoother. Well, hi, kitty. Hi. Hi. You can also, oh my God, you smell so good. This is Tex. Tex, let's see if I can get Tex to purr. The other shots I was getting was a pan left or pan right. It's actually a dolly left, dolly right. Or I think technically it's a truck. You truck over. Again, it kind of feels like a slider. And again, I sort of put my whole body into one motion and we get those nice cinematic, smooth moves. The one shot that blew me away, and I'm sure was like sort of the star child for the opening sequence, is the rotating effect. Now, I've seen this with other gimbals. I haven't seen it or had the opportunity to play around with it with mobile gimbals. This is one of my favorite effects on this, and the reason why I like it so much is I think a good way to get away with shooting on lower end cameras, like let's say your cell phone, is to do stuff that you don't traditionally see shot on those things. So one of the effects is a rotating shot because it disorientates the audience enough to not focus so much on quality and more so the effect that it's portraying. So that's why that shot probably stands out the most, because it doesn't look like a cell phone shot. It looks like something you'd shoot on a robot or maybe a higher end camera, for example. It also creates a really cool vibe. And essentially I click this button 5 times and it puts it into the magic wand mode, and then you literally just press the rotation, and then what I did is I swapped my phone into slow motion, and I was able to get this really trippy rotation effect that just, I don't know, still boggles my mind. And finally, what I used this for is I hopped on my one wheel and followed my buddy Ryan around as he rode around on motorcycles and bikes, and I just think it's a great device to be tracking people with. I did a lot of like documentary style tracking stuff around the property. I think it's really great as opposed to following around with your cell phone, because again, when you follow around people on your cell phone, you don't shoot it like it's a movie. You film it like it's shot on your cell phone, if that makes sense. Like you just put a really like shitty mentality into whatever you're filming. But when you're using this, you really focus on it being an actual move, like an actual cinematic shot. Like I want you to experiment with this as well, because it's not just me. I'm not crazy. You take yourself a lot more seriously with this. So again, the cool shots that I think you can get with this are dolly left, dolly right, the rotating shots going forward, even like straight down. You can do nice tracking movements, and there are, I think just the possibilities are really endless with this, because again, gimbals are just sort of those amazing tools that open up a wide range of different shots that, let's say, a slider or a dolly or a steady cam or a crane could otherwise capture. For me, I had a lot of fun playing around with this, mostly because of how just easy it was to bring around. I'm not one of those filmmakers who likes to lug around a ton of gear. I'm more of a filmmaker set to the mentality of it's about the camera you have with you, not the camera you have. So my phone is probably a camera that I have with me almost all the time. If you've seen some of my stuff before, I love shooting on cameras that are in my reach and range. So overall, I absolutely love this thing. It has been a great tool on my toolkit. I think any of you who are doing mobile filmmaking should have a gimbal with your cell phone, unless the camera's like super duper smooth. But even then, I think this is a great way to take whatever you're shooting a lot more seriously, whether you're shooting your travel video, a fashion vlog, a travel vlog, or YouTube tutorial, whatever. Having one of these is great because also it has a plate it has a little slot to put your tripod plate in. So as you can see, what I've done already is I put in my Peak Design clip in the base, and then now I can like clip it onto my Peak Design vest mount, or I can have it on a tripod, which then I can shoot just like random stuff. I can literally shoot this stuff with this thing attached to the thing, and screw this camera. I don't need this camera anymore. This is done. Over with the cinematic stuff. I'm just kidding. I love you, A7 III. So anyway, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are interested in the Zhiyun Q2 Smooth, there will be a link to it in the description below where you can pick it up. Also, if you have picked it up and you're watching this maybe to learn a little bit more about this wonderful tool, let me know what you think of it. I dig it. Do you dig it? What do you think? Leave a comment in the comment section below. This thing fits in your pocket. Finally, speaking of pockets, if you guys haven't checked it out already, it would mean a whole heck of a lot if you were to take a look at my online film school, Pocket Film School, which is the sign up is open. You guys can take a look at that as well as in the description below. Myself, along with 12 other teachers, have gotten together and created a 9-hour course just for you, which you can check out in the description below as well. So you can get this, then get the course, learn how to make movies, use this thing to make movies, pocket, and all right.